implications came with it. So we ended up with logging of everybody here in Europe, and especially in Denmark, where we were the first to implement it. I think that what we have to do is try to explain more what the reasons are and how it really works out, and show the difference between that. We did that in Denmark, and as a result, it has almost become legit to talk about the errors with the logging. So you are not automatically accused of being a terrorist if you talk against the logging. And because we spoke out, other people would feel inclined to speak out too. And actually, two former officers of the police secret service in Denmark actually had the courage to go out and speak against it too, and say that this won't work. But it was only after we did the groundwork that allowed other people to come out. Now we see it with censorship, and child pornography is what they use in Denmark as an excuse. And I think it's really important to show that this is just an excuse, and it doesn't help. That's the two reasons. I think, Karen, what you said is about the excuse for the police is really a good point. I think the groundwork is that somebody has to have the courage to go out and say, we do not support this for these technical reasons, and that doesn't mean that we are for child pornography. That will allow other people to come out. And in that regard, I'll just use the opportunity to thank you at Wikileaks, because you leaked, of course, the Danish list of the child pornography filter, where we could show that amongst other things, there was this Dutch driving school for some reason on the list, and nobody could explain why.
Thanks. Okay. So basically, I think what we can see is that the experiences are always the same. So we are finding excuses, politicians are finding excuses, and we all know about this. Then we can see, for example, in Germany, that we filed a big online petition. There were 134,000 people that signed this petition, and still the state does not really care about this. So we're all struggling on a national level, and I think maybe we should start focusing the debate as well a bit about what we can do about this. So we cannot, it's okay that we all understand that this is an issue and we're all sitting in this tent and we're debating it, and I guess it's like we're preaching to the prophets. But in the end, it will be important what happens after this session. And what happens if you all go out here tomorrow and you know that we would like to start an organization that has a global voice against it, but it's not something that anyone on this panel is able to manage alone, or us 8 together. So it's important that you all start thinking about how you can involve, and that you have to act up actively on this topic. We can't sit there and just passively grab these things. So, like you said, it's important to educate people, but it's more than just understanding it. You have to actively tell it to everyone, and you have to tell them why they actively have to defend their position, their freedoms and everything.
Yeah. What is interesting is that if you do this enough and write on blogs and people get out and talk about it, then the mainstream media will pick up on it. We have seen that with terrorism in Denmark, and we hope we'll do the same with censorship.
And actually, to some degree, we had the same thing in the Netherlands about this child pornography filter. Everybody sort of thought it was a good idea. After I investigated the list and showed that actually there were Dutch sites on that Finnish list that the Dutch police hadn't done anything about, and the list actually served to hide the police not doing anything, there was quite a change in atmosphere. It does help to publish, it does help to talk. And as Julian said in his opening lecture, courage is contagious. It really helps if people stand up, but also we need to support those who stand up. We need to support the Annies. We need to support the Julians. That really, really helps.
One moment.
It's right, it does help. It was the same that happened in Germany. There was kind of huge media coverage, but the problem is we have that law, and we have not won the fight, and there will be other fights coming up, and we have to get better in what we do. So that's why we're here, and that's why we ask your help to come up with a good solution for that. Yeah, well, this is the Freedom Against Fear demonstration, which takes place on September the 12th in Berlin. Maybe Padalun can say something more about it, because he's organizing it.
One comment first to one sentence just. Even it helps. We don't have to accept censorship. Yeah. The guy just says we have to explain to people it don't helps, but this is not the point. Okay, to the demonstration. We make an international action day. International means we make something in Berlin, and you have to do something in your countries on the 9/12. 9/11 is easier to say. It's one day after the 9/11. And we make a great demonstration. It's a little bit like 1st May for the worker movement. It's for the people who know what internet is, what a internet society is, to show, to go to the street, to be visible, not only on the internet, but in the newspapers, in the printed newspapers, not on the website of Spiegel Online. This is, everybody here in this room read it, but nobody else. And so we have to go to the street, we have to talk to newspapers, we have to write Forderungen, the word claims, we have to claim our rights, and we have to be loud, we have to go to the cafes, we have to speak to our mother. Really, when your mother understands you, you are good, you can go to the street and speak to everybody, and everybody will understand you. And you have to try it, we have to try it, and we should do it. And I hope you in the Netherlands, Rob, you make a great day on the 12th September? Huh? No? You will do it? Wrong people organize it, okay, someone else will do it, okay. I hope that in Prague there will be a great event, and so on, or you come all to Berlin. I want 82 million people in Berlin on this day. Also, you're welcome.
Just to structure this a little bit again in an attempt, is anyone asking anything specific about the organization of how we could place a global effort on structuring this? This is, I think, where we should lead to, and in an effort not to have everyone leaving this tent because people are getting distracted or so, and it's going on for a bit, we might have to have a meeting with people that would be interested in actively helping this thing. So whoever has a question to or a comment on that can